Hello everyone, welcome back to my studio. If you're new, my name's Emma. I'm an illustrator based in Sheffield in the UK. And I was going to say these are my daily vlogs. I used to do daily vlogs and now I don't. I barely do weekly vlogs. Sorry about missing one last week. It's more of the same recently. If you watched the video that I did last, I was explaining why I've not really been doing so much in terms of sketching and art and stuff. So the weather in the UK has been rubbish. This is going to be a very similar intro to the last one, and I'm very aware, and I'm not going to make it very similar. It's just a little bit of a rundown for people who haven't seen that last video. The weather in the UK for ages has been rubbish. Kelsoprees were even more rubbish than normal. Last month anyway. It's picked up a bit now, but now when the weather's picked up, it's the time to get the garden going, and I've got an allotment this year. An allotment, for anyone who doesn't know, is an area of land that you rent from your local council to grow food. So this is what my studio looks like, which I'm not mad about. I do enjoy growing food and growing things, but the Venn diagram of me wanting to draw and me wanting to do gardening hasn't yet met. So I'm sure my patrons won't mind me sharing this with you, but every month over on Patreon I share a sketchbook tour of the previous month's observational drawings, like my live drawings that I do out and about. Usually I'm pretty prolific at sketching out and about, so I won't show you, but you can take my word for it. This is my cabinet here where I keep all my sketchbooks. I normally get through, or on a good month I'll get through 3 or 4 sketchbooks. And when I say sketchbooks, I don't mean the big fat ones. They're like 20 pages, 40 sides. Not loads, but a lot more than I have been doing recently. And I'm sure my patrons won't mind me sharing this, even though the sketchbook tours are normally just for you guys in the Patreon group. But last month, so February, the only thing that I managed to get done is, now brace yourself, this. And again, I'm not unhappy with that, but it does go to show that I've not really been putting the effort in terms of my sketching. I said in the last video that I think I'm a bit solar powered, and that's definitely true. The sun's out today, but now I have a bit of gardening paralysis, mental gardening paralysis, because I have, it's just, there's a lot going on in my head, man. Because it's that kind of weird kind of gardening crossover time of year, I feel like I should be putting lots of energy into gardening and things. But now I can't even do that because lately we've been collecting a bunch of materials, insert clip of my materials that I've been collecting, because I want to make a wall in my garden just to separate it a bit more from my neighbours, and I'm making a big flower bed. I can't get on with that today because I need materials to make like shuttering for a concrete base. I understand this isn't the illustration content that you might be coming to me for, but this is my life as well. So I'm kind of like stuck in my brain because I'm like, I'm not sketching, but also now I'm not gardening. There's what do I do? So I do what everyone does. And I've been sitting watching YouTube, and lately I've been watching a channel called ARIatHome. Don't know if you've seen them. Really talented guy who mixes music on the spot. I'm very low on this screen. Mixes music on the spot and talks to strangers. It's really kind of, it scratches that kind of out and about itch that my sketchbooking kind of does for me. But also very creative as well. So he's making music and beats on the spot. The other day I remembered this is what I used to do when the weather was rubbish and I couldn't get out sketching. I would draw off YouTube. So I've been drawing this. He walks around New York, he's talking to strangers, and it's actually a very similar experience to me going out sketching. So last night I got my sketchbook out and I drew from YouTube. I was walking around New York talking to strangers in my head. So your homework, if you are not able to get out, or if you are, you know, housebound for family reasons, or the weather's rubbish, or you just don't want to go out and do sketching outside, your homework is to go and check out ARIatHome's channel and do a bit of drawing from there. I can almost guarantee that you will not regret it. So I'll put the link down to his channel in the video description so you can go and check that out. Very good resource for drawing. You get the backgrounds, you get a lot of people coming through. Also, because it's live, it feels very much like you're sketching people in real life. Obviously, it's not exactly the same because it's on a 2D medium. It's on your screen. You don't have to convert a 3D thing into a 2D shape. So, for example, you don't have to when you're drawing live in real life with a real life person in front of you, your brain has to turn a 3D round object into a flat object on the paper. So you don't have to do that. It takes the pressure off of that a little bit, but it's quite fast moving. People are moving all the time. They're like singing, rapping, dancing and stuff. They're walking through the streets as well, so you get snippets of different landscapes. But there's something quite like nicely repetitive about it as well. Like the camera angles, they move, but then eventually they'll kind of go back to something a bit similar, and then they'll go back to what they were before a little bit different. But I don't know, it just scratched that itch. So I'll be doing that again tonight. I do need to go out today to collect some stuff. So I'm thinking maybe we could go to the coffee shop, maybe do some sketching there. This basically is you holding me accountable to filling my sketchbook a little bit more than I did last month, which, let's face it, can't be hard. try and set you up in a place that doesn't look like my studio is hanging washing, which it is. Oh, bear with me. Oh, my life is Pritt stick and gaffer tape and resting cameras on mugs. It may stay there, it may not stay there. So I have been sketching a little bit more this week. I feel like the sketchbook curse might have been lifted, but to be honest, everything feels like really hard for me at the moment. Not like drawing wise, I mean in terms of like motivation to do stuff. I don't know why that is. Are you feeling the same? Let me know in the comments. But I got out and I carried on sketching. Now I don't know how much footage has been revealed. I don't know how much footage has passed since the beginning of the video, but I can highly recommend going and checking out that YouTuber that I mentioned earlier, the ARIatHome. I really like. I've been thinking about it recently. I mentioned him to my sister as well. I really like the way he produces music. So the way he does it is he takes his music production set out and goes and makes music with strangers as quickly as he can, and then once it's done, it's finished. And that's kind of how I approach sketchbooking. So rather than going out and trying to create like a masterpiece and spending loads of time, I'll go out with my sketchbook, I'll scribble a few things down, and then I'll turn the page and I never have to look at that ever again. But what it's done for me is helped me kind of develop those kind of artistic muscles. So I think lately I've been doing a bit of a deep dive on his channel. I think mainly because I haven't wanted to get out and do my sketching myself, but I feel like their process is quite. I'm not trying to put myself in the same kind of league. I think he's a very unique talent, but I think their process is similar to how I approach my art. So if that kind of tickles your fancy, that might go and check out their YouTube. It might scratch an itch. But also I would recommend going and sketching, if not just listening to the music that they make. So that would be my recommendation. That's your homework for the week if you choose to accept it. I'm going to go and do some business records because I really need to force myself to do something productive, and I do know that doing my business records will make me feel so much better, even though it's not the most fun thing to do in the world. It's one less job that I've got to think about. So I'm going to go and do that. I hope the video's been long enough. I'm not sure. I don't know. But I thought I'd show my face and do something for you guys. So hopefully by the next time I see you, I'll have got out of my kind of creative funk. Or my just life funk. It's not even a creative funk. I just don't want to do anything. But we're allowed to just exist, aren't we? That's what I keep telling myself. We're allowed to just exist. So hopefully by next week, I'll have found something else to film for you. Just existing. So that's where I'm going to leave this video. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one. So until then, bye.